So Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder have taken to social media to announce their fight, apparently, quote unquote, officially. And they're saying it will take place on December 1st. They haven't given a venue or a location yet, but the front runners are apparently the Staples Center in Los Angeles or the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. They put out a press release which detailed certain information. It says they will embark on a 3-city media tour to promote the event, and it will kick off on October 1st in London, followed by New York and Los Angeles on dates yet to be confirmed. It also says here on ESPN.com, more details on the location and venue and on-sale ticket information for the heavyweight championship battle will be released next week. Okay, that's what it says in the press release they put out. And of course, there you have it from the Wilder camp. Wilder said he just signed his portion of the contract. It is officially on, ladies and gentlemen. And Tyson Fury said something similar. So, yeah, apparently it's on, quote unquote, officially. Hopefully it is, after all the rigmarole. And like the rumors were suggesting, which were going around over the past couple weeks, they did indeed announce it on AJ Povetkin Fight Week. So they are piggybacking off the AJ machine at the moment when it comes to announcing their fight on AJ Povetkin Fight Week. They're trying to steal his thunder. They're trying to, promote their event off AJ's hype. And it's business at the end of the day. There's nothing preventing them from doing that legally. It is what it is. This kind of stuff goes on all the time, and it's been going on in boxing for decades. They are competing with AJ. So at the end of the day, you can't really, when it comes to Frank Warren's somebody who's always talking about conning the fans and acting like there should be some kind of professional courtesy when it comes to putting shows on the same dates. He's always complaining about Eddie Hearn putting shows on the same dates as his shows. Well, what about Frank Warren having a fight announced on the same week as an Eddie Hearn fight? So yeah, Warren is being hypocritical there as usual. Nothing new. But if he hadn't been saying that kind of thing, and he hadn't been complaining about Eddie Hearn putting shows on when he puts them on and saying, I'm all about the fans and all this kind of business, then I wouldn't really have any reason to criticize Frank Warren for having this fight. Because he's part of this, right? I don't know if he's part of it promotionally, but he's certainly been putting the deal together, and I'm sure he would have had some kind of say-so in terms of when the fight got announced, right? Because it's not till December. So to be announcing it on the week of AJ Povetkin, that has to be strategic. It is strategic, right? It is strategic. You don't just pick a random date, in late September for a fight that's in December. What would the odds be that they picked AJ Fight Week as just a random date to announce it? No. It's strategic. It is what it is. It's business. Now, as far as whether the fight will go ahead, again, after all the rigmarole, I hope it does. But we have to bear in mind that Tyson Fury, for example, said that this fight took, 2 days or a week or something to make? But that's just patently untrue, because Shelley Finkel, Deontay Wilder's manager, said that they've been negotiating, I think he said since June. He did an interview with, it was either IFL or Seconds Out, or it might have been Boxing Social. And he said in that interview they've been negotiating since it was either June or July, and I think it was June. So it didn't take a couple of days to do the deal. It took several months to do the deal. So there's Tyson Fury showing you that his word is not exactly his bond when it comes to, what comes out of his mouth. And as far as Deontay Wilder and Shelley Finkel, well, they said they wouldn't sign a contract which had no date and no venue. And here we are, them talking about a fight for several weeks now, which has no date and no venue, and they were acting like the fight is on. And even now that they've quote unquote officially announced the fight, there's still no venue. All right. There is a date, but there's no venue. So that shows you that Deontay Wilder and Shelly Finkel, their word is not exactly their bond. And look, I'm not here to tell you that Eddie Hearn hasn't said things that are not true in the past. Not at all. Right? He has definitely said things that are not true. So he can be criticized for those things on a case-by-case basis. But in this particular case, these are the facts that Wilder's team and Fury's team have both said things, even in the past few weeks, which have turned out to be completely untrue. I mean, Frank Warren saying there would be an announcement about this fight several weeks ago, and the announcement never happened. So that's Warren too. Yeah, so we'll see if the fight actually takes place. Again, I hope it does after all the rigmarole. And then we'll get not a consolidation of any belts, but we'll get a consolidation of the WBC championship and this lineal title, this unofficial lineal title. We'll get a consolidation of those two things. And then hopefully the winner of that fight, if that fight takes place, can fight Anthony Joshua in the not too distant future. And we can get an undisputed fight because, again, I've been banging a drum for that for a long time. That's really my thing. I want an undisputed fight in the heavyweight division. They've done it at cruiserweight. Alexander Usyk did fantastically well. He was obviously aided by the World Boxing Super Series tournament. And who knows, maybe there'll be a heavyweight World Boxing Super Series tournament, but with the kind of money involved in the heavyweight division, it might be difficult to get everybody in there. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think the fight will take place? Do you think that there'll be some type of spanner in the works between now and December 1st? And if the fight does take place, what are your predictions for it? And me personally, when this fight first got unofficially announced, let's just say, when they started speaking about it several weeks ago, my initial feeling was the fight will probably happen. That's just how I felt. I felt, the fight will probably happen. But the longer it's dragged out, the more skeptical I've become. But now that they've apparently officially come out with an announcement and they say a press tour is going to start whenever it is it October 1st? So if the press dates actually start happening and they're touring the world, Wilder and Fury are turning up places, then it will seem more real and I'll start to maybe believe a bit more again. Because I was starting to get really skeptical the way this was dragging out and thinking maybe the fight's not going to happen. I was actually thinking that maybe Deontay Wilder's team have actually just strung Tyson Fury along. That's what I was starting to think. Because in the last few days, Shelly Finkel has said that he's actually open to the Anthony Joshua fight in April. If Eddie Hearn sends him a real offer, quote unquote real offer, whatever the hell that means. Now, you wouldn't sign for an Anthony Joshua fight if you have to fight Tyson Fury beforehand, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? You would take the bigger payday first, surely. So, why would he agree to a Joshua? Let's say Joshua gives him a deal that he wants. What's he going to do? Still go ahead with the Fury fight? I'd be amazed if he still went ahead with the Fury fight. If I'm sure in the contract for Joshua to fight Wilder, they would have a preference for Wilder having the WBC belt when he fights Joshua. Although I have seen Eddie Hearn say that they would entertain the possibility of Wilder against Joshua in April, even if Wilder loses. That does have to be said. But Wilder then wouldn't be getting the kind of deal they're offering him now, much less an improved deal. Do you understand? So, yeah, the priority would surely be for Wilder to have the WBC belt to take on Joshua. Do you understand? So if they give Wilder an improved offer, then he's not going to go ahead with the Fury fight, surely. And this is what was making me think that Team Wilder are just stringing Tyson Fury along, potentially. See, I don't know. I'm trying to figure things out as an outsider looking in, just like the rest of you. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of that particular possibility. And yeah, just let me know what you think is actually going on here. Will the fight take place? What will happen in the fight? Is somebody getting strung along? Maybe it's a situation where Wilder has no intention of fighting Joshua in April, but he thought he'd just throw it out there, or his manager thought he'd just throw it out there and act like they're still open to the April fight, just to gain a bit of extra hype for the Fury fight. Do you understand? To make the public believe, okay, well, he's going to fight Joshua in April. So this is great. He's going to fight Fury now, then Joshua in April, when they have no intention of signing for Joshua in April. I don't know what's going on. Again, I'm just theorizing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm out.